hello, fellow mutants.
Hello, fellow mutants. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about this website's ranking system for the Sly Cooper games. Now, I would make a video on my own on where I would rank each Sly Cooper games, but it's been a hot minute since I played them. So, I would very much like to play the Sly Cooper games again before doing my own personal ranking system. I do know, like, if I get like the premium tier for PlayStation Plus, I get to play all 4 games. So one day I might actually have to get the premium tier just to get the just to be able to play the 4 Sly Cooper games again, because I absolutely love the Sly Cooper games, and I've been campaigning for like years and years that we should have either a Sly Cooper 5 game or have Sly Cooper 5 be the movie that we were promised, because Sly Cooper 4 ended on a cliffhanger, and I've been campaigning my ass off trying to be heard by Sucker Punch saying, make Sly Cooper 5 already! Or make that movie that we were promised set after Sly Cooper 4, so we can, us fans like me, can have a proper ending to the Sly Cooper series, so we can have that closure that I desperately need. God damn it. But anyways, let's get into the article, shall we? So Sly Cooper is a beloved series of games that originated on the PlayStation 2. After a trilogy of great adventures, the series remained dormant for 8 years before coming back to the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita with Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, which is the only title released on a different system than PlayStation 2, and the only one not developed by Sucker Punch. Okay. Either Sucker Punch or the company who made Sly Cooper 4 needs to make a Sly Cooper 5. Because Thieves in Time was a good game. I felt like they honored the Sly Cooper universe. And the only reason why I'm campaigning for a 5th game is because Sly Cooper Thieves in Time ended on this major cliffhanger. Someone like moi needs it. Needs a conclusion. Needs a proper conclusion for closure, like I said before. Anyways, let's continue. Even if the series has once again disappeared from the scenes, which hopefully it will have a resurgence again soon, fans have not forgotten about Sly Cooper and his gang. These platforms are some of the best of their generation, and they are fondly remembered by gamers all around the world. But which game is the very best of the series? So the first one they go to is number 4, which is the very first game, the Thievius Raccoonus. It was the game that started it all. It came out originally on the PlayStation 2, but then when the Sly Cooper remastered trilogy came onto the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. Released on September 23rd of 2002. The developers were Sucker Punch, and the genre was platform stealth. And I should have prefaced this before. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Sly Cooper is a raccoon who comes from a long line of thieves. Um, and he goes into this orphanage where he meets his two best friends, Bentley and Murray. Bentley is a turtle, Murray is a hippo, and each game has to deal with something happening to I believe the book is called The Thievius Raccoonist, being the Cooper book of thieving, right? And Sly Cooper and gang, the Cooper gang, does their best to retrieve the Cooper book of thieving and restore it to its glory, right? Preserve it for future generations of Coopers, right? And of course, they do that successfully in each game. They even had a little bit of that in Sly Cooper's personal story arc in PlayStation All Stars. PlayStation All Stars is pretty much the PlayStation version of Super Smash Bros. But each game has it's been I remember playing each game and I remember loving each game. I have very fond memories of the four Sly Cooper games. And my first game was as I wait until they actually go to whatever game it is. Whatever spot they have for my very first Sly Cooper game. But Sly Cooper the Thievius Raccoonist was not my first. Anyways. The first game in the franchise is also the weakest entry in the series, but it's far from being being a bad game. Originally released in 2002 for the PlayStation 2, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonist is a very different beast compared to its later sequels. This is the only game in the series which is divided into sorts, linear levels, combining platforming and stealth elements into an exciting adventure for Sly and his friends, as later games would embrace a more open world style map. Something that is surprisingly common in gaming history. Was okay, I'll kind of reveal what's my first game. My first game in the Sly Cooper series was the third one, Honor Among Thieves. And so I was so excited when the Sly Cooper collection came on the PlayStation 3. And when I first played the Thievius Raccoonist, compared to like Sly Cooper 3, I was like so taken back. Like, this is like different. So I can't vouch for that. It was definitely start with Sly Cooper 1 if you guys can. Then make your way all the way through the fourth game. Anyways. Throughout the game, Sly can learn new moves thanks to the Thievius Raccoonist, a book that was compiled by his ancestors who poured all their secrets into its pages. The game is a great platformer and really showcases Sucker Punch's expertise in the genre, as well as their ability to create a captivating cast of characters, but the game lacks the unique structure that would be introduced in the second game, which helped give the series a unique flavor. Ooh, okay. So the first game was fun. I really enjoyed it. Like, sure, like after playing, because like I said, my first game was the third game. Having to go back and like seeing taking it back with some like mechanics, like okay. And I was like not like exactly like ooh in a negative way. It's just like this is how like it started. Okay. So I actually like kind of learned the style of the Thievius Raccoonist game. But it was a pleasure learning the style because it just enhanced my love for the Sly Cooper series. So 3. Thieves in Time was the fourth game. So platforms to PlayStation 3 came out on February 5th, 2013. The developers was Centura Games. And okay, so Centura Games, please make a Sly Cooper 4. Or 5. Technically a Sly Cooper 5 because I need a Sly Cooper 5 or Sucker Punch make that movie that we were promised. Anyways, genre, platform, stealth, adventure, fighting, and puzzles. So originally released in 2013, Sly Cooper Station Time is the fourth and so forth last game in the series, and only one to be to be released on a system other than the PlayStation 2, as well as the only one developed by Central Games. Central tried to keep the game in the same style as the previous two titles in the series. The game is once again composed of open map levels where players must sneak around to complete their given objectives, traversing through different time periods to do so. And I have to say, I really like. I think I said this before in the video, but I really do enjoy how Central Games did their best to like keep in a similar style as the last two Sly Cooper games. Honor the characters and honor the legacy of Sly Cooper in a beautiful way. I have so much respect for Central Games. So this is why I've been saying if Sucker Punch ain't going to do a Sly Cooper 5, I'm really hoping that Central Games does the Sly Cooper 5. Because they can help conclude the Sly Cooper series in a beautiful way that honors the legacy of Sly Cooper. Also, I just really enjoyed this game. um, There's nothing particularly wrong with this game except for the annoying loading times, but it suffers from being the third game in a row to reuse the same formula without many new features. Also, sections involving other playable characters had a mixed reception from critics and fans, and the ending was also found to be unsatisfactory by many, especially considering that's a cliffhanger that had never been resolved. It's actually what I've been saying the entire time. The writing was also perceived as being somewhat inferior to that of the previous games due to some nonsensical plot elements, such as Penelope's betrayal, which was which was seen as partly explained by some fans. However, it remains one of the best 3D platforms of the place on the PlayStation 3. I have to say, like, I might have to like go on YouTube and watch Penelope's betrayal, but I thought it was fine. Um, I was 17 when I played Sly Cooper, 17, 18 when I played Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. But I thought the whole betrayal scene was okay. Like, sure, could have it been better, sure, but I thought it was okay. The only thing I'd say that may come off somewhat negative about it is the cliffhanger. We have this cliffhanger, and at the moment has never been resolved. If it was resolved, then I wouldn't mind the cliffhanger. Well, spoiler alert for those of you who doesn't play the game. Since it deals with time travel, going back in time, Sly Cooper and gang meeting Sly's ancestors. One of them being, I think, the one that is in jail was, I believe, is voiced by the same guy who played Donatello in the 2003 Ninja Turtles film, which I loved. Sly Cooper in this after credit scene, he was stuck in a particular set of time. He was I think he was stuck in the past, if memory serves me right. He didn't make it to the present like with the others. So like, which is why I've been such a big advocate for the Sly Cooper games, getting a fifth game as its conclusion. Because I think, like I said, us Sly Cooper fans deserve it, and I'm so hoping we will get that conclusion in the future. I'm hoping. And the second is Honor Amongst Thieves, which is my very first Sly Cooper game that I ever played on the PlayStation 3. Sorry, 2. And that's the game that made me fall in love with the franchise. So, platforms of Sly 3, Honor Amongst Thieves, PS2, PS3, and PS Vita came out in September 26, 2005. It was Sucker Punch was the developers, and it continued the whole platform stealth genre thing. So originally released in 2005 for the PlayStation 2, Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves is the third game in the original trilogy, the last to be released on the PlayStation 2, and also the last to be released by the franchise original creators, Sucker Punch. The game expanded on its predecessor's formula by adding a new playable character, Carmelita, and also expanding on the ability of returning playable characters. I really enjoyed because I don't think Sly Cooper 2 had you play as Carmelita. I really enjoyed playing as Carmelita, and I really enjoyed like the the ability to play as Bentley and Murray. Not only just Sly Cooper like we did in the first game, but we were able to play as Bentley, Murray, and as this bitch just said, Carmelita. Thought that was a really cool thing to do. Um, really cool addition, I should say. Anyways, the writing is still top notch, and the game has a very satisfying conclusion to the events of the first trilogy. And that's the thing too. Like before I continue, Sly Cooper 3 and Among Thieves ended in a way where, sure, it could have a fourth game if they wanted to, which of course it did, but it didn't have to have a game after it. Like if they wanted to have Sly Cooper 3 just be it, like I think even people like me would have been satisfied with just having 3 Sly Cooper games. But since we have a fourth one that has a like a major cliffhanger, I want a Sly Cooper 5 that probably concludes the Sly Cooper series. Anyways, many fans consider this game the best in the franchise, and for good reason. It's a very close battle between Sly 3 and Sly 2. What gives the latter a slight advantage is that the fact that Sly 3 lacks a really compelling antagonist who can create an increasing sense of threat throughout the game. That doesn't take away the fact that this is still one of the best games in the series, as well as one of the best platformers from the PlayStation 2 era, which featured a lot of competitors. I've seen this. Sly Cooper 3 is for the PlayStation 2 era. Ranks as high for me. It ties with Kingdom Hearts 2 for me. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game in the Kingdom Hearts series. So like for me, if I'm saying Sly Cooper 3 ranks the same level as Kingdom Hearts 2, and it says like Kingdom Hearts 1, because Kingdom Hearts 1 is a really good game on PlayStation 2, it's saying a lot. And yes, it could be partially because I'm saying that partially because Sly Cooper 3 is my first Sly Cooper game, and maybe that's kicking in some nostalgia for me. But I really love Sly Cooper 3, and that's really amongst the best Sly Cooper games. There's amongst the best PlayStation games, period. In my humble opinion. The Sly Cooper trilogy that was on the PlayStation 2 were amongst the best of the PlayStation 2 era, in my opinion. Anyways, and the best is Sly Cooper, Sly 2. Yeah, okay, so they do Sly 3, okay. Anyways, Sly 2, Band of Thieves. And, I believe it was, no, Sly 3 had you, recruit Dimitri. Sly 2, Band of Thieves had you fight Dimitri. I believe it's Sly 2. And I really enjoy, um, I really enjoy the music when you're fighting Dimitri in Sly Cooper 2. It was like the best. If I can find that music, I will link it in the description along with this article for you guys to listen to. Because oh my god, I can't stop but just damn over here, right? Anyways, Sly Cooper, Band of Thieves. Platforms PS2, PS3, and PS4, and PS Vita. I find this interesting how this is the only one that says PS4. Does the other one say PS4? No. Well, if you have like I said, if you have the premium The reason why it says PS4 and others doesn't, which I don't understand, because all four Sly Cooper games are on PlayStation Premium. You can get on the PlayStation Premium and play it to your heart's content. So, anyways, just know you can play all the Sly Cooper games on the PlayStation 4/5 as if you want to. Anyways, released on September 14th of 2004 by the Sucker Punch. It's also like the first and third game considered as a platformer stealth. So originally released in 2002, Sly Cooper Band of Thieves is the best game in the Sly Cooper franchise. The game is massive departure from its predecessor, in, introducing the formula that would have been kept in future games. Instead of having a set of short linear levels, the game featured a few large open maps areas where players are free to explore while completing given objectives. The games also introduces new playable characters for the first time, as Bentley and Mary both have their own dedicated section and mini games, as opposed to their sidekick roles in the first games. Um, I also gotta say too, I believe if memory serves me right, the first Sly Cooper game had Murray kind of be like, I don't know if I can do this, guys. And in this game, um, you still kind of see that from Murray, but you kind of see this character growth, which I really enjoyed from Murray, where he kind of goes out of his shell. He kind of loses the whole. I'm too scared, guys. To I am the Murray. Film the face of the Murray, which we see in the third and fourth game, which I really enjoyed. But anyways, going to the third, and the reason why Murray kind of has the hardened ability, like hardened personality. Spoiler alert to towards the end of Sly Cooper 2. Bentley gets uh um um paralyzed, which is why you see him in the bureau chair in Sly 3 and 4. And Murray kind of blames himself. So I think also that's why he kind of keeps the whole like strong personality set, if I remember correctly, because he kind of blamed himself for Bentley's accident, which they also kind of addressed in the third game. Anyways, what makes this game the best in the series is how everything blends together perfectly. The gameplay formula is flawless. The locations are among the most memorable in the series. There are maniacs, main antagonists, as well as a captivating set of bosses, and writing is simply superb. If Sony ever decides to greenlight Sly 5, which I'm really hoping they, it will be have a hard time achieving a better result than Sly 2, but hopefully it will be enough to revive this franchise. And I'm hoping so too, because like I said, as you guys could see in this video, I've been like really pushing hard that they should make a Sly Cooper 5 or make a movie, preferably a game so we can play it. And I think like especially with the first three games, Sly 5 will have like a hard like have this high expectation. Sly 4 was a good game, but it's not as like it doesn't hit me from the little I do remember. It doesn't hit me as well as like the first three, especially the third game. Second and third game were the best, in my opinion. But the Sly Cooper games were phenomenal. I love the Sly Cooper games, and like I said, they're the only reason why I would get the PlayStation Plus premium pack, just so I can have an excuse to play them. Because I can't see them like getting like I've been on the PlayStation Store. You can't buy them on the PlayStation Store. They don't have like any disc. They didn't re-release the Sly Cooper games on the PlayStation 4 like disc wise, as opposed to the Kingdom Hearts games, which I'm butthurt about. But if you guys haven't played the games, and have like a way to play the Sly Cooper games, I highly recommend you guys doing so. If you guys don't have access to play the games, then please do yourselves a favor, watch other people's gameplay on this on YouTube, because I can tell you right now, I can promise you, you guys won't be disappointed. The Sly Cooper games are phenomenal. Uh, I love them. They were like, by the time of making this video, they were released like what 21 years ago, and the franchise is currently on hiatus by the time of me making this video. It still is amongst the best games in general, and I would die on that hill. The which is why I kind of like wanted Sly Cooper 5, because like Sly Cooper 3, like I said, did a good had a good conclusion, but also opened up the door that if we wanted to have a Sly Cooper 5 before, we could, which of course we got. But Sly Cooper 4, how it ended, we need a Sly Cooper 5. So which is why I've been a huge advocate for a Sly Cooper 5. Plus, I still want them to release the movie that we were promised. Which I will link the trailer to the movie that we were promised. That it would be released in like 2016. In the description below if the trailer's still up on YouTube, as well as the Dimitri Battle Disco theme and the article. So let me know how you guys feel about this ranking system. Do you guys agree with it, or would you guys switch the games around? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, cheers.